Hello, today I'm going to make an electroscope. Electro meaning electronic or electric, and scope meaning visualize. So any kind of scope in science is for trying to visualize things that aren't hard to see on their own. So if you want to see electricity, this is a really simple and fun way that you can do it. So this business is really all that you need to do it. Don't mind the stuff in the background, but basically if you have some copper wire without any plastic coating on it so it can conduct the current, some kind of top to a piece of ideally glass or even like a plastic container is fine, but you want to have a hole in this case it's a rubber stopper, some kind of hole that can go right on the top of the thing that'll hold the electroscope. The hole is going to be so you can put the wire through it later, and then you'll need aluminum foil and sodium chloride, which is table salt, or any other kind of salt that is hygroscopic, which means it absorbs water out of the air. That just prevents any interference from water molecules within the device, which will give you a visual indication of electricity. So here we go. So before I start, I want to give credit to this guy, Forrest Mims III. He wrote this book and a number of other ones, which come from, you can buy them at Radio Shack, but of course you can get them like online anywhere. He wrote a series of books like this that have a ton of fun projects. A lot of it is like circuitry and stuff. Well, this one's a lot more kind of intuitive, I guess. But there are, here we go, there's some circuits that you can build that he shows you how to make really fun like little electronics. And it's pretty explanatory. So that's actually where I learned to make an electroscope, right there. So it's very easy assembly. So this is the final product. I don't really need to show you too much of the steps to get there. But the bottom line is you have this guy, the copper wire, right on top. I have a hook there just so I can have more surface area to interact with the thing I'm trying to test. You can kind of coil it up too to make it even more enhanced visual imagery. So then the stopper's right here with the hole in it so the copper wire can go through, and then it's closed up so that there's no airflow in your container here, which is just a glass Erlenmeyer flask in my case. And then the aluminum foil, you notice, is just hanging there on the end of the copper wire. It's touching the copper wire. So, and finally the salt is at the bottom, and that's just to absorb any extra water molecules so they don't interfere with what you're trying to look at. So that's the whole setup. It's just this little container with salt at the bottom and this aluminum foil dangling there. So the way it works is if you take something like styrofoam and let's see if I can do this easily. Well, I can't. I'm going to rub it on my arm. Just like you would like rub a balloon on your head, and you've probably seen before if you rub a balloon on your head then it conducts electricity. So I'm kind of generating a little bit of static electricity on the surface of the styrofoam, and then I'm going to test the electroscope with it. So here goes. I'm going to put it right up near the top of it, and you see it's kind of hard to see with my small little device, but you can actually see it moving a little bit. So this isn't too magical or impressive, but you notice I'm not actually touching the copper wire, it's just detecting the current there. And it moves the electroscope a little bit. Okay, so here goes round two. I'm going to take the styrofoam and rub it on my head, on my hair, generate some more electricity, hopefully right on the edge, and then see what happens. Hey, that's much better. So that's it. You can enhance this, like I said. It would be better if I coiled this at the top, like in a circular pattern to increase surface area, so there's more detection of the electrons, and then you'll get more current flowing through the wire onto the aluminum foil. And so the reason that the foils separate is simply the fact that electrons have the same charge. They're negatively charged, so if you pass the electrons through both sides of the foil on either side, it's going to repel both sides away from each other because they have the same net charge. So it'll want to be in its equilibrium energy state, which is further away from itself. So this is a simple way you can detect electric current from static electric sources. If you put this in the middle of some kind of device that passes current through the air through a static electric field, then you can actually watch it happen. It's kind of cool. All right, thanks. Comment if you have questions or if you want to see more stuff. I do a lot of fun stuff, and so I'll just kind of show some stuff. This is a in-progress amplifier for a crystal radio that I built from another video from a very awesome guy who has tutorials on it, and I'll give a link to that. So it just links up to an 8-ohm speaker, and there's just a series of circuitry. The key component is a amplifier chip right there, which I had to get online. Well, I got all these capacitors online too, but most of these are really cheap parts, and there's some soldering there on the bottom. Works on a 9-volt battery. Yeah, so that's it. Thanks.